Rock and Roll Animal, Aerosmith Get Your Wings, Peter Gabriel's solo debut, $1 Billion Babies, Welcome to My Nightmare, and The Alice Cooper Show. These are just a few of the albums featuring the brilliant guitar playing of Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner. This is the story of their sound.
Well, when I was 10 years old, I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. And that was because I used to, at holiday events with my family, my uncle used to play the guitar, and I was really fascinated by the sound of it. So I went over once to pick up the guitar and play it, and they told me to put it down, you'll break it. So that was the end of my guitar playing at 10. After that, there was a band in town called the Eldorados. And I went to see them one night with another girlfriend of mine, Violet was her name. And this little place out in the woods. And we went out to see this band. This is the first time I'd ever seen a rock and roll band live. So I got in there, and here was Dave Doyen and Skip Skrobeck, the two guitar players, twin guitars, both playing these gold-top Les Pauls. I mean, I was just amazed by how beautiful that was. I knew that was it, right there. I had to get an electric guitar, Les Paul, and I had to play like the Eldorados. But Violet said, "You'll never be as good as the Eldorados." So that was like the end of that relationship. And I just practiced, and like 2 years later, I was the lead guitar player for the Eldorados.
When I was 8 years old, there were some, what we called suit people, came around our grade school. And they were all these people who supposedly knew everything about education. And they gave us all these little cute little tests. They were aptitude tests, but we didn't know that. And what it did was it focused on what does your child have a high aptitude for? And mine was things like science and math, which I still love today, but also music. And they suggested to my father that I take some sort of musical instrument. So I'm 8 years old, I don't know, you know. So my dad comes to me one night and he says, you want to play an instrument? I said, yeah. He said, well, what do you want to play? And I said, drums. And he said, no, it's got to be music. And drummers love that. They just love that story. And so I know what he meant. He meant notes, you know. He meant musical notes. That's what he meant. So I said, okay, guitar. Guitar was like my next choice. Now I'm 8 years old. I don't know guitar, you know. So my dad gets me guitar lessons on a lap steel. So I started on lap steel when I was 8. Took lessons for 5 years, played it for 5 years. And then I heard this guy named Chet Atkins. I heard him play once. And I was knocked out by what I heard. He was doing things on guitar I didn't know was possible. And I started shying away from lap steel and going more towards regular guitar.
I had a natural affinity for it, and I would practice 10 hours a day. I drove my family absolutely insane because they'd be in watching TV at night, watching their favorite programs, and I'd be sitting on the couch with my guitar. Till my dad would say, "Get off that E strings, it drives me crazy." So I'd slink into the bedroom or downstairs in the basement and practice. But 10 hours a day. In the morning before I went to school, the minute I got home from school, all night into the wee hours, just playing my guitar.
The first really professional big-time band that I joined was Mitch Ryder's band. It was called Detroit. It was wonderful. I was astounded. This is like my first big break.